Every president for the past 2 decades, Democrat and Republican alike, has declared war on drugs. And each of them has lost that war and lost it miserably. They lost because they attempted to deal with only part of the drug problem. They lost because their initiatives were pulled apart by bureaucratic squabbling among their advisors. They lost because they always did too little and they did it too late. We don't oppose the president's plan. All we want to do is strengthen it. We don't doubt his resolve. All we want to do is stiffen it. The trouble is that the president's proposals are not big enough to deal with the problem. We think we should do more to stem the flow of drugs across our borders, and we think we should go one step further. Let's go after the drug lords where they live, with an international strike force. There must be no safe haven for these narco-terrorists, and they must know it. We have to lock up the dealers for a long, long time, and we have to attack the source from which the drugs come. And we have to do that not a piece at a time, but all at once. And we have to do it now.
The President of the United States is a killer. I am outraged at the way that on his own, without any consultation, he doesn't know whom they are, whether they're innocent or whether they're guilty. He should follow the laws. The laws does not allow or intend for the President of the United States to just kill anybody that he wants to kill.
Well, I'm afraid it does. Obama killed an American citizen with a missile, aimed it right at him. Maxine didn't call him a murderer. She called him Messiah. It'd be nice if Democrats would help us protect the homeland, but they won't even say the N-word. Narco.
Any American who sees the video that I saw will see the United States military attacking shipwrecked sailors. Bad guys, but attacking shipwrecked sailors.
Shipwrecked sailors is the new Maryland dad. Politicians got a briefing from Admiral Bradley today, who ordered the second Coke boat strike, and Democrats ran to the cameras to lie.
You have 2 helpless men clinging to debris, and perhaps they made a radio call for help. We're getting details on that hopefully soon. But 2 helpless men clinging to debris, radioing for a rescue, hardly means they're in the fight. They weren't in the fight even before the first strike. How could they be in the fight when they're helpless clinging to debris?
Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security, Stephen Miller. All right, Miller, have you ever heard of a controversy like this in your life?
No, this is the first time I can ever think where a major political party has sided with narco-trafficking, murdering, terrorist scum. You know, you play one of those clips from a Democrat who said, oh, there's no such thing as a narco-terrorist. They're just narco-persons. The ISIS and these narco-terrorists in our hemisphere use the same tactics. They use rape as a weapon. They skin people alive. They cut off their heads. They burn them to death. These narco-terrorists, if a politician opposes them, they kidnap their family. If they don't give them what they want, they murder their family. You can go to the Border Patrol here in the United States and you can say, draw me a map of the border, and on the Mexican side, tell me which cartel controls every inch of territory. And the border agents can literally say, mile by mile, which cartel controls which section of the border. Not the Mexican government, they don't control it, which cartel. When President Trump declared these organizations foreign terrorist organizations, that wasn't just a talking point. That wasn't just a buzzword. It was a promise from this president to use hard American power to kill and to stop these terrorists, these enemies of the United States, from killing our families, from killing our children, from taking over our communities. And that's what President Trump is doing.
And we have some breaking news from ABC. Listen to what they just reported about an hour ago. Roll it.
And tonight, new information. According to a source familiar with the incident, the 2 survivors climbed back onto the boat after the initial strike. They were believed to be potentially in communication with others and salvaging some of the drugs. Because of that, it was determined they were still in the fight and valid targets. A JAG officer was also giving legal advice.
This backs up the entire second strike.
Yes, I mean, it just doesn't get more crystal clear than that. The mission is take out the boat, stop the drugs, keep this vessel and its cargo from reaching our shore using lethal means. And our amazing military, the heroes of the United States Armed Forces, did exactly that. President Trump, Secretary Hegseth, and this entire government are committed to finally using our military to defend our people, our borders, our family, our culture, our history, our heritage, to defend the United States. We're not going off running around the Middle East trying to build democracies in caves and deserts and in distant sands that have never known democracy. We're using the military to protect American security, American prosperity, American lives right here where we live, where our children live, Jesse.
Well, Madda wants a land war. She says we have to follow these drugs back to the source of origin and take it out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she realized that she walked herself with that with that very warped brain of hers. She walked herself right into the right answer by accident. It happens sometimes, even with the brain-addled Democrats. She said, "Yo, go back to the source and take it out there." Well, as you point out, the source is Colombia. Right. The source is Venezuela. The source is Mexico. That's what the president has been talking about, which is what we're going to use, whatever resources we need to use as a country to make sure that these narcotics and the terrorists who traffic them cannot threaten our people. They're in all 50 states. For 4 years, Biden let these monsters cross the border freely. They're operating now in all 50 states. They are controlling the flow of drugs, weapons, gangs, criminal activity, sex trafficking, human trafficking, and labor trafficking all across this country. We're getting them out, and we're attacking them at the source. President Trump is saving American lives.
And so is Pete Hegseth, but he says you're a terrible babysitter. Roll this tape and listen.
Who would you trust to babysit your kids?
Not your husband or Marco. I would trust the vice president. I mean, I've known Sean Duffy for years. I would trust him.
He would just call one of his kids.
Brooke Rollins or Pam. Tulsi's incredible.
Did he just say anybody could watch my kids except Miller?
Well, I think in fairness, he's worried that if I babysat his kids, they come back after a couple hours and they would say, "Daddy, why don't you send the military into Minnesota to help us with the Somali refugees?" So I think,
Miller, you constantly. You're trouble. I bet people are just trying to contain you at the White House. Don't let Miller off the leash. All right. He did say, though, later, if he was in a jam and he had one phone call, who would he call? Stephen Miller. So that is the highest compliment that anyone can receive. I love Pete. I love what he's doing at the Department of War, saving American lives under President Trump's leadership. And I'll tell you this, we've achieved everything we have as a country. And somehow, over 250 years, we've gotten where we are today, and we've done it all without the help of Somali refugees, which is really a testament. It's a testament to our skill as Americans. And we have that segment coming right up. Thank you, Stephen Miller.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.